Welcome back to my vlog series in Collier County's exposure. Part 3. Death by day, murdered by night. So here it is. I have partially explained Collier County's biased behavior in one part, in part 1. Part 2, we went over the foreign investors that were mistreated by our uniformed government officials, and there is more. Welcome to our video log 003. Death by day, murdered by night. No, there is no gore or violence in this segment. Do you see how nice and neat other plazas keep their land and follow the rules? Free for all parking with no exclusive spot to the other tenants. Some of the plazas we drove by had 15-minute parking signs and maybe 2 per plaza. The rest are handicap signs, tow-away zones, loading zones, employment of the month, and fire lanes or pickup only. Not like this plaza. This plaza, because it's on the borderline of Bonita Springs and Naples, Florida, is ignored. It is hidden behind a Walgreens, which is over 15,000 square feet of building. So the back lot and building we were in was pretty much hidden. It was hard to see the exclusive parking signs in a preserve this landlord destroyed. According to Collier County officials, and I quote, "If no one complains, how would we know? Or what can we do about it?" Very interesting, sir. So if you go inspect a property and you see an anomaly, or if you see that this gentleman has encroached into a preserve in 2 separate areas on his 7-acre commercial land and it does not match with the original site plan, there is no consequence because no one complained. So if a police officer or deputy is riding down the street and sees a lady getting beaten and mugged because no one called it in, the uniformed protection man does nothing? I don't think so. Did it occur to Collier County code enforcers that when they were doing a site visit, there were over 40 cars and work trucks parked in a gravel area, which on the map you see it to be a preserve? And to top that, there were no preserve signs. Would this mean that this landlord needs more parking? Double stacked in the middle lot, double parked in the back on a preserve that the gentleman landlord created himself without permission. Come on, Collier County. You received complaints but ignored them. You've seen it for yourself and turned a blind eye. Something had to be wrong with this plaza. It was affecting business owners and business owners' employees' lives. It was a nightmare during the day. We were given no chance to build a strong following and keep employees during the day. The parking was impossible. This company that was in the plaza had an exclusive right to block over 30 spaces and double park another 15 vehicles in the middle of the parking lot, in the common area. The employees of that company would stand outside with signs and yell at our customers when they would pull into their exclusive valet that we had no idea about entering the lease. Read the book when it's released. Part 1 of the book series obviously goes into full depth. Being that we had zero chance during the day to keep customers, we got together and made a plan to try to do something about the nighttime when most of the businesses in the plaza were closed. We then rebranded ourselves to more of a lounge type dining, which offers a venue for parties, outdoor concerts, weddings, and more. We were still open for lunchtime and did what we could. We all worked together to make it through. But here we go. Since we started pushing heavy for a night lounge scene and beach theme at that, the authorities kept on showing up. It was making our guests very uncomfortable. Most nighttime folk who come out, they come out to drink. That is their medicine for a long day of work. Especially for the service industry class of workers, it becomes extremely difficult. Not only do you have to deal with rude and needy people, but you have to spend at least 45 minutes with them while serving them. So when these servers and bartenders and security guards, cooks, office, white-collar workers, etc. come into a beautiful establishment like ours, they want to relax and stay away from drama. So when you have the police and deputies walk into our restaurant and ask to turn down the volume on any given DJ event, band, concert, whatever it is, people don't want to come back to that. They either marched inside asking us to turn it down, or one of us caught them outside before they got out of their squad car. They would inform us that they got a call for loud music, and most of the time the deputies or police officers would side with us, saying that they knew it was not too loud, it's just someone has had it out for us here at the Beach Tavern, and they have to respond to calls, as well as the county workers just following orders. Collier County Code Enforcement will now start calling and threatening to shut us down if we keep it up. I handled one of these phone calls. I remember like it was 3 years ago. I will shut you down. Interesting. We have been making complaints for months about the landlord blocking parking and encroaching into the preserve with exclusive parking signs all over the plaza, well over 40 company cars and trucks. Some are gone during the day, but not most. This guy even gets away with painting over fire zones, removing handicap spaces and all. And you guys are threatening to shut us down? And this is because the music is too loud for a few people that live behind us or camp behind us? What they consider loud and what the legal limit is are two different things. Every time the Collier County Code Enforcement came to investigate our loud music, we were always under the limit that was required for a residential zone. They would be on top of us all season. Our season down here in Southwest Florida is January to April. During that small season, the Canadians come down and some lived or camped right behind us. They wanted their peace, although they were camping behind the plaza. That would be extremely hard for everyone to tiptoe when they're shopping or working there. Apparently, Collier County Code Enforcement was on us for 2 years. They have been serving violations, however, without our knowledge. We only thought they were warning us because they had to respond to every call to investigate. But we had no idea the situation we were having was brought in front of the Collier County Board of Commissioners. One day we found a letter stating that they found us in violation for the second time. What? When was the first? We saved the date and decided to attend this board hearing. When that day came, we took a ride over to the courthouse, and there the landlord was exiting the building we were entering. He shook his hands downward and said, "It is over. I took care of it. Just pay this fine and we are even." Huh? What just happened? And why were we not aware of any of these hearings? As time passes, about 2 months later, we got another violation notice. And this would become the third violation, where Collier County Code Enforcement becomes very aggressive, following every step that is required to take, actually doing their job. Would you like to know how aggressive Collier County got over our parent loud music? Of course you do. It is December of 2015. We are all having one of the busiest Friday nights. It's the holiday season, and our business season is about to kick in. Remember all the cops and deputies and code enforcers that I was just telling you about that had to respond to these loud music accusations? They all congregated one day, including the ABT. And on this busy Friday, they all decided to pull up and make a visit. There were 3 ABT agents, 5 deputies, including a special deputy, and a Collier County code enforcer. They claimed that they were conducting a yearly routine inspection on a busy Friday night. What happens next, in my well over 20 years of restaurant experience, is unheard of.